These are the 5 most overpowered things in LEGO Fortnite. Now we're going to start off very basic and then move our way to the more advanced glitches or overpowered things in the game. So what I want to talk about first is your villagers. They are the most overpowered thing in the game when it comes to being a beginner player. They will do all of the work for you, and I mean just about all of the work. When you talk to your villagers, you have 5 different jobs that you're able to give them because you have 5 villagers. So you could put one person to cook you up some items, which means you never have to look for food in this game. You have other ones that you can put on the metal smelter, which means you'll never have to look for copper bars. You could have them collect gems, which means you'll never have to look for cut amber. You could have them collect nearby resources, which is bones, vines, wood, marble, granite, and then other things like blast powder and different items like that. You could actually help them or tell them to go and get you things like granite and marble and items that could be found inside of local caves. So there's so many things that you could do with these players to have them look for, and that takes a huge chunk off of you when it comes to playing this game. Now, you guys are probably a lot smarter than me. I assigned some jobs and didn't have all of the utility out there for my people to work on it. So if you guys dance, all of your villagers will just run up to you, ask them how their job is going. That's whether you're playing after 5 minutes of playing the game, 10 minutes, or a full day. And when you ask them what they're doing or how their job is going, they'll either tell you that it's going well, that it's going good, or they will just simply give you the items that they found. Now, if you have multiple of each utility, they will actually work a little bit faster. There's also different rarities in these characters. That was a myth that I busted and showed that different rarities or different players do have different abilities, especially when it comes to cooking with Beef Boss and Tomato Head. So make sure that you guys have enough utility for them so that they can all get to work. And once you have that, all of these players will work so much harder for you and pretty much play the entire game for you. Now, 3 stacks of regeneration charms are by far the most overpowered item in the game, and it really isn't even close. In the top right corner, you guys can see my health bar, and the way that works is my regeneration charms give me 1/4 of a heart back every few seconds. Now I'm currently burning and I'm also starving, which means I'm gonna lose 2/4 of a heart every few seconds. So that means at this rate, I should be gaining 1/4 of a heart every few seconds because of those regeneration charms. It makes you almost unkillable when it comes to sitting inside of any caves or inside of any biomes that can cause any type of damage to you. Now, right now, I'm even getting rocks thrown at me from skeletons inside of the cave. Again, you're nearly unkillable because of how good these regeneration charms go. That means that you could pretty much ignore every single skeleton, any dynamite thrown at you, and anything done by anything inside of these caves. Really, the only monsters you have to worry about is brutes, and that's really only going to be snow biome brutes and cursed wolves. Outside of that, none of these can really do much damage to you whatsoever. So that allows you to go inside of these caves, not worry about cold-hearted charms or warm charms, and you really can take whatever damage you want, knowing that you're going to gain every single thing back. Now, the only thing that is annoying about this is that you will have that burning noise that happens every few seconds as far as your audio goes, and you'll also have this annoying thing over the middle of your screen that lets you know that you are burning or that you're starving. And as far as the UI goes, it is annoying to take a look at. If you're one of those people that is able to adapt to things and not really notice them after a little bit of time, then it's absolutely worth stacking 3 regeneration charms, because again, you're unkillable. However, one of the best things that people are doing in this game are running 2 charms that make you adjust to the weather, and then 1 regeneration charm, which works almost the same exact way. It just doesn't regenerate your health as much, but you don't have to worry about all of those UI issues. Now, before I break down the last 3 overpowered items in this game, I actually released a video yesterday that showed you off this brand new PvP map that I built in LEGO Fortnite. And I'm actually holding contests inside of my Discord almost every single day, where the winner of this contest earns themselves a free skin. So if you didn't watch my Hunger Games video that I put out yesterday, make sure that you guys go and check it out, as it's one of my favorite videos I've ever uploaded. Now, as far as movement goes, one of the most broken mechanics in the game is going to be the dodge feature, and not a lot of people have realized this or used this feature the way that it's intended. You can make yourself absolutely unhittable, not just by wolves or skeletons or low-tiered guys. You could actually do this up against brutes, whether that's inside the snow biome, the grasslands, or the dry valley. You could time every single attack from any brute in the game and ensure that you never get hit by them. Now, this does take a little bit of practice, so I would recommend going into a playgrounds mode and really practicing up against any brute in the game. But once you figure out how to use the dodge feature, the brutes use the same few attack moves every few seconds, and because they're winding up, it actually gives you the perfect time to actually adjust and get ready to press your dodge button so that you don't take any damage. And you can see I mess up a few times here, but I dodge almost every single brute attack that he sends out, and it makes fighting and killing him so much easier. And there's so many little tricks when it comes to brutes. You could have them farm your material. You could dodge in the way of them so that they kill other people for you. You can make them get you flex wood. If you guys are in the snow biome, frost pine. You could make them do all of the work for you simply by knowing how to use this dodge feature every single time that they go ahead and use an attack on you. Now, there's not a lot of people in the game that use the shield, but it's actually incredibly overpowered, even up against brutes that swing their fists at you. Now, when it comes to their charge attack, you can't hold the shield up. That's not going to stop that. But when you see that he's throwing his fist at you, you could hold your shield up and then he'll actually smack the shield and not you, given that you don't take any damage when holding that shield up. Now, obviously, it doesn't make sense to use a shield knowing that you have that dodge feature that'll ensure that you never take damage from the brutes. However, the shield is also incredibly nice to use when it comes to shell crabs. Obviously, when you have epic tiered weapons and things like that, you don't really need a shield for those shell crabs. However, when it comes to them, if you hold your shield up when they're using their charge attack, the shells will actually fall onto their back and you'll do critical damage to them at all times. This also really helps when you guys are inside of caves, putting down your campfires rather than holding torches, and then using that shield to protect yourself from skeletons and different things like that that run up to you that you don't need to worry about. This works so much better in the game. So don't forget to use a shield throughout this game. It may not seem like it's anything too crazy, but again, when it comes to brutes throwing their fist, you can stand still and focus on hitting them rather than dodging. And when it comes to shell crabs, it makes it so much easier to defend against. Now, after the most recent update and they allowed you to start walking while eating, it did make food that much better to have on you. I made a video breaking down the best foods in the game. However, I realized that pizza pie is one of the best to have in the game, especially considering that your villagers make it for you. Now, I had lower health in this game and I was starving. Eating that pizza pie gives me 25 hearts back, but it also gives me 5 additional hearts to last me as well. Now, these aren't full hearts, you don't get to keep them, but by eating a pizza pie, you get those given to you. So keeping a pizza pie on you is really nice. Now, what they also did in this update is they actually allowed you to eat while flying. Now, I wasted a pizza right here, which is unfortunate, but I was still able to demonstrate that you could eat while flying now. So if you were low on health or you were heading towards something that may put you in danger, you could actually still eat while gliding in this game, and that makes food items, especially pies, one of the most overpowered things in the game. Now, a little added on bonus for staying this late in the video is using 2 different pickaxes, one that does max damage and one that has max luck. Now, the reason why we carry 2 of them is we do 1 hit on a piece of ruby and then we finish it off with our essence of luck pickaxe. Now, you see that time I got 4 pieces of ruby when smacking that piece. On the next one, I only got 2. So using this essence of luck will actually double the amount of ruby that you can potentially get out of these rubies. This works for sapphire, and in fact, it works for anything that you mine in the game. And in these 4 pieces of ruby that I hit, 2 of them, my Essence of Luck actually triggered, and I ended up not just getting 2, but I got 4 on 2 of those pieces of ruby. So carrying 1 Essence of Damage and then 1 Essence of Luck pickaxe actually tries to help you get more out of your axes. The durability can still be a problem for your Essence of Luck, but again, when it comes to using more rare items in the game like ruby, sapphire, iron, and things like that, you want to make sure that you're getting the maximum amount out of it at that time. So using different axes is absolutely key, and like you saw in this demonstration, you can now double the amount that you get in return.